subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, what's going on? What's up? What's happening? What is going on with you, family? How are you guys doing? Round of applause to you. We are in the building. Glad to have everybody tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have you guys tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tariq, for those who don't know, and we are here. We're doing our thing, ladies and gentlemen. And let me shout out everybody before we get started. Um, Let me shout out to some of the regulars. Let me say that before we get started and chop up what we need to chop up about. I didn't do a tap in last night, but I'm here now. So let me see. We got Tanasia, we got Pro Black, we got FBA Dub, we got Cool Hand, we got Bio Means, we got Melanin Magic. We got Mars, we got Ty Powell, we got Lulu, we got 666, we got Miss Willa, we got Court, we got I Am Water, FBA Town Business, Anya Saru, Brother Andre, Sexy D, Miss Stacy, Remy, Harriet Tubman's Pistol, Stephanie Noel, Sir Mike, Hoodoo, Anubis, oh, Nikki the God, everybody's in here. Raheem, the Elder Empress, Miss Empress, Queen Mother Empress, FBA Fur. What's up, Fur? And shout out to Fur. Fur wanted me to do the Majara prayer. I haven't done the Majara prayer in a while. Let me do the Majara prayer because we got a request from our brother Fur. You did. We got a request from our brother Fur to do the Majara prayer. I haven't done the Majara prayer in a while. It's long overdue. Everybody bow your heads real quick. Let me throw some of this Majara energy in the game. Bow those heads, Most High, Creator of all. We honor the Majara spirit within us. Ancestral power flows through our veins, guiding us with wisdom and strength. May we walk with the grace of our ancestors, those who have come before us, and honor their sacrifices. Let the energy of Majara protect us from harm, uplift our spirits, and guide us towards our true purpose. With every step, may we embrace the sacred power within, the spirit that has carried us through trials and tribulations. We ask for clarity, strength, and peace as we live with purpose, rooted in our divine heritage. Through the Majara spirit, we are connected, we are whole, and we are powerful. Amen, everybody. There it is. So let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff to cover before I get some of the calls. We already deep in here already. Almost 500 people in the first 2 minutes. I love it. Excuse me. Y'all bear with me. My wife got this Dubai chocolate, and I don't know what's in that shit. It's good, but it's all types of bits and pieces of nougats and crunchy things in there, and it's all caught in my throat. I don't know what it is, but that Dubai chocolate is very good. My wife likes buying all this exotic shit, and it got like some shit that looked like baklava in it. It's I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in it, but it's very good. Dubai chocolate is very, very good, but it leaves all types of particles in your mouth. Yeah. But I digress. You know, I saw a tweet by this one lady. She's a biracial lady, and I think she's one of them gamers, and they call them influencers, but I think she's clicked in with that gaming crowd. I forgot what her name was, and it's inconsequential because I don't really want to promote her anyway. So she's a biracial chick, and those biracial chicks, or those tethers, who hang around that gaming crowd, because a lot of them gamers are racist as hell. That gaming community is full of anti-black racists. So you have a lot of black folks who are clicked in with those circles, and they try to get acceptance by these people. So this biracial lady she can't quite pass for white. She's very light skinned, but her Negro features shine through too much, so she could almost pass, but not quite. So she's on her Twitter timeline, just really throwing the N word around, just typing the N word over and over and over again, trying to be offensive to us. Like, yeah, I said the N word. I'm black. I can say that. Yeah, I'm part black. I can say that. So she's doing this to kind of show out for her white fellow gamers who she attained to be like. And there's just a lot of vitriol towards black people. Now, her mother is black and her father was white. So you know how those dynamics go. Those suspected white supremacist males, they'll lay it with a bed wench and they'll raise a little terrorist in that house. I've always said this, man. A lot of these folks who are non-white, part black, and you're raised in a house with a suspected white supremacist male, they do damage on black kids, man. I'm gonna say it again. Not really seen a black person raised in a household with a white and suspected white supremacist male. I've not seen them. There's always something strange. It's nothing just really straight up and down, really normal about the situation. There's always something going on, some psychological, some type of abuse, some type of sexual confusion. You dig? When they're raised in them households with them suspected white supremacist males, they do a number on them kids. The DeBarge family, boy, they did a number on them. That white man, that French white man, was just sexually abusing the whole damn family, allegedly. Um, there's so many cases, so many situations. Jussie Smollett, he had a white dad. We see what's going on with Jussie. You see, it's always something weird. But why do a lot of these biracial Negroes, and they're still Negroes, whether they like it or not, why do they harbor so much resentment towards black society? And it goes the other way too. I'm not just going to put it on the black woman white man dynamic, because it goes the opposite way too. A lot of these brothers who get these white women, sometimes these dudes are Sambos themselves, and then they transfer that Sambo spirit onto the kids, just like with Andrew and Tristan Tate. They got a black dad, and they be on here spewing a lot of anti-black rhetoric, trying to use their own quote blackness as a shield, as an excuse to spew anti-black racism, to show out for the white crowd that they're pandering to. Now, what's the deal with the Tate brothers and this one white woman and other people like that? Now, what's the deal? What's the common denominator? The common denominator is that they could almost pass. Not quite, though. Like the Tate brothers, they can almost pass for white. Almost, but not quite. You're very close, but not quite. If your hair was just a little bit straighter, you might be able to pass for white, but not quite. Just like this white and black woman, this biracial woman who's spewing all of this nonsense about black people online, she could almost pass. See, that's where the resentment comes from. See, the resentment comes from these people having a proximity to whiteness without full acceptance. See, a lot of these vitriolic biracials with one white parent, they grow up a lot of times right there with white society. Yet you are treated black by white society, you see? And they internalized the idea that they were almost white, and the blackness, those pesky black genes, That's the reason why they're not fully accepted. So the resentment is not at the white people, it's at us. The resentment is on, damn you, black community. Y'all gave me these black genes. Now I can't get up into full whiteness. So, yeah, it's a weird dynamic. Also, it's that internalized anti blackness from their upbringing. You see, they're raised in these households, especially if the parent is the dominant one in the household, where anti black ideas are subtly and overtly present. So they'll adopt these negative stereotypes and beliefs about blackness that they grew up hearing, even subconsciously. Family, there's a video of I don't know, it's some kind of competition, some kind of schoolgirl competition. These are little girls, like they look like they're about 5 or 6, maybe younger. I forgot what the competition was, but there was a bunch of white girls and one biracial girl. One girl, little black girl who's biracial. Um, some white woman, one of the teachers, ran up on stage and hugged all the white girls, did not hug the black girl. And the little black girl, the little black biracial girl, even tried to reach out and hug the teacher, and the teacher just kind of walked off. And you can hear some people in the audience like, "Oh man, that's rude." So a lot of people, they feel a certain way about it. I think some people were calling the schools. It looked bad. It looked real bad, and it looked real slick. But those little microaggressions, kids can pick up on that. See, those little microaggressions like that. Just imagine kids growing up, that little shit like that happening. They know what's up. They know something is wrong. They know that the little white girls, the full white girls, are getting treated a certain way, and the biracial kid or the black kid, you're being treated different. You know you're being treated different. Well, the white supremacists, they do a number on folks. And the thing is, the interesting thing is, these folks who are crapped on by white society, they take it out on us. They take it out on black people. You see? Because, see, there's social incentives for denigrating blackness. You see? Because, see, what happens is these folks, these biracials, don't get accepted into white society. But what does happen, they start to get the illusion of acceptance if they denigrate blackness. And if they distance themselves from black identity, they'll get a couple of extra crumbs. So they're like, oh, that's cool. So they'll start mocking black culture, black speech, and this will get them temporary acceptance from their white peers, you see, particularly online. See, a lot of stuff that we see online, it ain't the white supremacists, it's the Sambos and the wannabe Anglos. And then what they do, they're used as black shields for white supremacy. They make themselves useful idiots. See, a lot of these biracials who are racially confused, they will be strategically elevated by racist groups to say anti-black things under the "I'm black so I can say it" thing. That's what Andrew Tate and those dudes be doing. He says a lot of anti-black stuff in order to try to get in good with the Anglo-white crowd, you see. And he always cloaks it, well, yeah, I'm black, and I say Juneteenth ain't shit. Juneteenth is ghetto, and just little weird shit where he's trying to show out for the whites, you see. And when they do this, this gives the white supremacist plausible deniability because they'll say, well, it was him. He said it. He said it. And he's black. And he said that the black community is and Juneteenth is ghetto. You see? So a lot of these people, they also feel a lot of tension and they think that they were not fully accepted by the black community. See, a lot of biracial people, they feel rejection within black spaces because a lot of times we can sense anti-black attitudes, You see, when they start talking about, oh yeah, I wasn't accepted by blacks or whites. Now we'll accept people as long as you don't display any kind of anti-black dispositions. See, a lot of these people, they 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 got a real funny style energy about them, and then we as foundational Black Americans, we pick up on that shit. We know something is wrong with this person. Something ain't right. The something smells off. You dig? Let me not say too much around this person. We're very instinctive because we've always had to be in survival mode. So we kind of have to know how to move and shake around people. So when folks come around with a certain energy, we can pick up on it. If you have the kind of energy that you low key have vitriol towards the community, we can pick up on that. And then that will get you rejected, you know, that will definitely get you rejected. You see, and then they'll run around here talking about how they were betrayed by black society, but you were the ones rejecting it at first. It's the Amber Rose thing. Amber Rose goes around here now trying to claim black. Yeah, Amber Rose tries to claim black now, but do we remember those early interviews when they were asking her, "Are you black?" Oh no, oh no, I am not a black woman. Oh no, absolutely not. You see, now that we, foundational Black Americans, we have put value and high stock on our lineage, and we let folks know, you know what? All you people talking about you weren't black, you were right. You ain't. And all of a sudden, hey, wait, 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 hold on. I's a nigger. I's a nigger. Now you sound like the Holly Berry in the movie Queen. Now you use a nigger. Okay. Okay. But a lot of these people, there's a desire for white approval as a form of validation. You see, many biracial people, they crave that white validation. You see, and a lot of these people, they're unsure where they belong, so they might overcompensate by trying to over-identify with whiteness and reject blackness as a way of feeling more grounded. That's that, tethers do that. A lot of these wannabe Arabs, these wannabe Anglos, like the Myron Gaines, people like that, they go out of their way to try to denigrate blacks, thinking that's going to stop the white supremacists from calling them sand Negroes and other derogatory terms. You dig? So it's a very interesting dynamic out here. Very interesting dynamic with these people. Let me get some of the calls in here because we do have a lot of folks in here, and I want to get the calls in early. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to get the calls in early. Y'all give me a retweet. If you can, give me a retweet. Let everybody know that we're live right now. Let's get Alamo. Alamo in the building. Mr. Alamo, hop on in here, please.
Yo, Tariq, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. I definitely agree with a lot of what you're saying about the mulattoes and how they kind of have a severed allegiance between their lineage and their other side. But I wanted to ask you a question that's sort
Yeah,
of um, close to the point, but a little different.
yeah,
So I've watched a lot of YouTubers. Um, for instance, the Carter family and other black YouTubers who, and I don't know if you remember talking to me, but I'm an attorney and I'm in Texas, and
oh,
I like to listen to a lot of music reactors and things like that on YouTube, and a lot of the black music reactors that I've listened to, they'll make a switch out of nowhere towards reacting to a lot of conservative type of things out of nowhere. That's what happened with the Carter family. Uh, a lot of other black YouTubers that I listen to, they started to, they went from reacting to hip hop and things like that, you know, old school 90s, early 2000s rap music and stuff like that. And I like listening to people react to music I've listened to. And out of nowhere, they become reactors to conservative Fox News channels, Trump supporters, things like that. and that's happened a lot with black YouTubers that I've watched.
Okay.
So I want to know what your opinion is of, because you've been in the YouTube sphere for obviously a long time. I've watched you for a long time. So, you obviously know a lot about YouTube and monetization and things like that. So, what is your opinion of why so many black YouTubers will go from reacting to, black music, hip hop music, things like that, and switch to being reactors of conservative like news and conservatism? I've seen that a lot with
Mm.
black YouTubers. What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't seen that at all. I really haven't seen it. But a lot of these folks, I really don't follow them on YouTube, but I haven't seen them do reaction commentary to conservatives. But here's the thing, I can understand why. A lot of political discourse, you get a lot of views, and the name of the game is content, and whatever drives content, that's going to generate revenue. So there are a lot of you get a lot of clicks and views when you do any type of political commentary. That's a good way to get some clicks and views. So yeah, no, that's probably why they're doing it. That's where the money is. That's where the views are. If you go in on some of the Republicans, then you'll get a lot of Republicans tuning in to defend what's being said or oppose what's being said, and then you get a bunch of liberals too. So that's for content. You got a lot of people who do things simply for content, nothing more, nothing less. Let's get Dev in here. Dev, hop on, Dev. If you can hop on, Dev, that would be phenomenal, Dev.
Oh, hey Tariq.
What's
Mm.
up, Dev?
Hey, how you doing? I've been
I'm
trying to
good,
get on
Dev.
forever, man. It's like, oh
You,
man.
you did what?
No, I've been saying I've been trying to get you a couple of days, and like you just been dodging me.
My bad, my bad. So what's going on with you? What's happening?
Not much, but I just wanted to comment on that thing you were talking about earlier. Yeah, that girl's name is Brittany Venti. She's like
Yeah,
she's clicked in with those. Do you know that tall chick with the dreads that did that video on you about you and Jared Taylor when you had that debate?
I don't know. I don't know. There's so many of these folks. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but it's kind of like they're kind of she's the same girl that kind of goes in. She makes a bunch of videos about Myron and people like that. She's kind of like, she's in that kind of community. It's like a divester ish, like pink pill almost. Yeah, so
really? Oh, she's
yeah,
one of them pink pillars.
yeah. I mean, it's like she will swear that she's not, but she just because she's like this kind of like person who's kind of like she wants to be on the outskirts, saying, "Oh, I'm not on a team," but when they are, and they kind of like a person who acts like they're a centrist, but they're really conservative in like every way. So
Right.
she's one of those people.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I knew something was going on with it, but yeah, her just using the N word over and over again. She's trying to show out for white folks. You know.
Yeah, and I think that I think I heard that she's like a quarter. She's only like a quarter black. So like her mom, I think I heard that she's like half white and half black, and then her dad is white. So she's not
Yeah.
even like she's like a quarter black. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Oh yeah, and that quarter black is messing her up in the white spaces. See, that's the thing. Even if it's a pinch, if it's noticeable, oh no, the dominant white society, oh, they're like, oh no, no, no. I'm telling you, the dominant white society, they're hypersensitive about some of those biracials who can almost pass. They're very sensitive about them because they look at them as more dangerous because they can sneak in them black genes. So they're very, very hypersensitive about them. Yeah. Now, when a regular black person comes in the room, yeah, they can. Oh, they're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We see him, so we see him. We got eyes on him. So we're gonna be good. We got the police watching him. We got surveillance watching him. We got AI watching him. So yeah, they all eyes already on it. For a noticeable black person, we're being watched. They already got tabs on us, but it's them ones who can kind of pass a little bit, almost pass. Those are the ones that they're very sensitive about. They don't want them slipping in them black jeans. They do not want them slipping them black jeans in. It's a very interesting dynamic with the white supremacists. Let's get FBA law in the building. FBA law. FBA law.
Hey, what's going on, Tariq?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm all right. Look, I just want to know what joke you got for those your haters that's on there complaining about you using Grok, your numbers.
No, who's complaining about what now?
You know remember people was on there complaining under the comment section that your numbers because you get I think you get like what 1,500, 2,000 people to come in
Oh
and
yeah,
people was complaining mad at you and I'm like, why y'all whining about that? You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, I know. Like, what are they whining about? Yeah, because yeah, how many people we got in here? Yeah, we got like over 1,000 now. Yeah, I think they were almost trying to doubt, like, you won't get too many numbers. Yeah, I actually do. Yeah, because Grok reluctantly had to give me the props to say, okay, yeah, the person with those numbers, basically the person who has consistent numbers daily is basically Tariq. Grok, is run by white supremacists. They programmed it, but it's supposed to be neutral and it has to tell the truth somehow. And if you ask Grok what Twitter user gets the most consistent views daily, they're going to say me. It's another dude they'll mention, Michael Nafal or something like that. But that dude is clicked in with Elon Musk. And he doesn't do daily shows. He does, a few one-offs and it gets a lot of views because he'll have somebody like Elon Musk on there with him. You dig? So yeah, if you compare me to that, all right, okay. And he doesn't do regular shows like I do. So the reality is the most poppin' Twitter space is this, where you listening right now. They hate to give it up. When we get something going on fly, they hate to give it up. They have to reluctantly do it. Even Grok, it's like, they'll do a bunch of splaining. Well, it's hard to determine how many numbers, without certain data. But there's a lot of people who do numbers here and there. Some people do these periodically. This person interviewed Trump and they got 100,000 views. But if we're going to talk consistency, yes, Tariq, but yes, Tariq Nasheed. But anyway, but there could be others, and it starts splaining, just like like a white man. It starts splaining. Grok is basically a robotic white man. Like, yeah, Tariq gets pretty good numbers, but what about black on black crime? What about all that crime in Chicago? It starts splaining. Out of here, Grok. Just tell the truth and keep it pushing. Yeah. Like I said, man, we got over 1,000 people right now, and it's gonna get higher. We just been on for a few minutes. We ain't been on that long, and it's in the middle of the night. You see, Otis, Otis or Otis?
It's Otis.
Oh, what's up, brother Otis?
What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man. Shout out to the room, man. You know what? When I first got on YouTube, uh, years back, one of the guys that was really dropping a lot of heat was brother Bobby Hemmett. And
Oh yeah.
I know
Oh
you
yeah.
working on the new Hidden Colors. I heard you speak on them a few times, but I was just wondering if you ever, thought about having them in any of the other Hidden Colors, and would you, be open to having him this one? And even I would like to hear some of his thoughts on a lot of the stuff that we talking about right now, even in some of the spaces, man. So,
Yeah,
I
but
just wanted to
Bobby,
put that out there.
Bobby had a stroke. Is Bobby still alive, guys?
Yeah, he's still alive for sure.
Okay. Because yeah, he had a stroke years ago, and he's been out. He's been out the game just ever since.
Yeah, I know he hadn't been that active, so no, I didn't know about the stroke.
Oh yeah. He had a stroke years ago, so that's why he hadn't been active.
Yeah,
And Bobby, he was one of the original master teachers. Bobby Hemmett was the truth, and
dropping
we
that
actually,
heat, man.
yeah, he was that man. Bobby was ahead of the game. He's been dropping heat, and yeah, we tried to get him in the early Hidden Colors before he had the stroke. We couldn't make it happen, because I've always had a lot of respect for Bobby's work. Um, yeah, even when he had the stroke, I sent some of the piece of change to. They had a page up. I want to say it was a GoFundMe, one of them pages, but I sent a couple of dollars to the family to make sure he was good. But yeah, I really wanted him in it. And that's why I try to get people, in some of these projects before they leave us, before something bad happens, because I want to boost their messages. A lot of people who were in the Hidden Color series, many of them passed. You remember, these were people who were already in the game, dropping heat for 30 and 40 years. They were already in it. So the thing is, a lot of them had retired. So the Hidden Color series brought a lot of people out of retirement. We boosted the message and boosted their voices, and it opened them up to a whole new crowd. And but a lot of them were already older. A lot of people passed. Ranoka Rashidi, he passed. Layla Africa passed. Delbert Blair passed. Sister Patricia Newton, she passed. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing passed. So quite a few people. Yeah. So that's why, I like to give people their flowers while they're here. That's very important. I like to give people their flowers. We should give people their flowers when they're here. Let's get T Ducks in the building. T Ducks. What's up, Nicety girl? I see Miss Nicety. I see Black Voltron. I see Brother McCall. Nicety, or not Nicety, T Ducks. T Ducks, what's up, dear? Miss T Ducks, you want to unmute your microphone?
Hey, brother Tariq.
Hey, T Ducks, how are you?
It's T Dukes, by the way.
Oh, T Dukes. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, calling out of Jersey.
Oh, hey, what's going on in Jersey?
I want to say what's up to you, brother. You the best.
My sister. I love that. Thank you so much. How's everything
I
going?
listen to you. I listen to you constantly. I listen to you during the day. When I wake up, you're the first person I click on YouTube. I listen to you throughout the day. And at night, of course, when I could catch you on Twitter.
Yes.
Or X, whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're a phenomenal brother. I thank you for standing up for us. You're the best. I'm FBA all day.
Yes. Love it.
I'm from Jersey, but all my peoples are from Georgia, both sides of my family. I just think you are just such a great person, and you somebody we need to hear, we need to reach out to. You got me fired, brother Tariq.
Oh, what happened, dear? What happened?
Was working. So I knew better. I had just moved to Jersey to start my life over, which is where I'm originally from, but I was in Virginia for 7 years. When I moved back, I'm a cosmetologist, but I was a cosmetologist registered in Virginia.
Yeah.
So when I moved back to Jersey, I had to reapply. I had to wait for a long time because I had gotten into some trouble way back. So I had to wait for a long time to get my cosmetology license. They treated me like I wasn't even a citizen to get my shit. Yeah. So I was working at an African braiding shop. This is a short story. I ain't gonna keep you long. I was working at an African braiding shop. Yo, they treated me like shit, Tariq. Excuse my language. I got fired because I stood up for myself because I really believe in you and everything you're doing for us. And I listen to you in my headphones when I'm at work. And I had to stand up to this African girl who was a manager. She was never a manager nowhere else but there. And she was super unprofessional and tried to undermine me. And I called her a tether and I got fired.
Oh, damn.
She didn't know what a tether was, but she was offended by it. You feel me?
Oh, wow.
So we got into it because she was like, "Oh, you're the only Black American he trusts." I didn't like that. But I let it go past because I needed the job at a time.
Wow.
They fired me, Tariq, simply because I was making my own clientele. When I signed a contract and I worked for them, they said, if you hustle, you get your money, you're going to get your money. But my clients would call me. Now, these are not new clients. These are people who would come to me and say, hey, I just want your number so I can get in contact with you so I could come get my hair done from you. And I didn't feel like it was anything wrong from that. But, Africans like to count their bread and they like to count your bread. And so he felt like I was shorthanding him, even though I paid, whatever I had to do, my commission, I paid everything I was supposed to pay for. But if they can't count your bread, they're going to treat you differently. So he felt like I was maybe trying to shortchange him or rob him. And it was all because I got into an argument with the manager and I'm Black American and I'm untrustworthy. So I had to stand up for myself. But I thank you for that, brother, because 3 weeks after that, I got my cosmetology license, and I didn't have to work there
Oh,
anymore.
good, good.
Yeah.
Love
So
that,
you're a blessing to me, for real.
man.
And I listen to you all the time, and I'm very grateful that you took my call. I know you have a lot of people. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna land my plane there, but you are a wonderful person,
Man,
and I just wanted to let you know that.
I appreciate you, beloved, and I'm glad you stood up for yourself and black folks, FBAs. Don't let these folks talk crazy to you. Don't you dare let these people talk crazy to you at all. You ain't got to let these folks talk crazy to you. I wish you would tell me I'm the only black American you trust. I had a chick say some real slick shit to me one time. Um, a Moroccan chick. She's one of these chicks that a lot of NFL niggas be trying to holler at. And we were talking, we were on a plane talking. And she was like, yeah, um, what are we talking about? She was like, she said it real fast and slick. She was trying to compare herself to black people or whatever. I don't know what the conversation was about. I'm trying to remember, but I remember this part. She was like, yeah, a lot of my friends are black, whatever. And but a lot of folks don't know that I'm Moroccan, and where I'm from, I have a culture. And no, what you mean? You got a culture as opposed to what? Fuck you talking about? Like you got a culture as opposed to what? She said it like in a real slick way, like she got a culture and we don't. Like, well, what's your culture? I'm gonna stop you and say, okay, what's your culture? Tell me what that culture is. And then you can't really go into depth about it. You start talking about, well, you speak Arabic. All right, that's okay. Everybody speaks a language. Yeah, everybody speaks a language. That's nothing special. But you got to watch people. They'll try to slip in this little passive aggressive shit. We got to check them. Denzel, what's up, brother? Denzel, what's up?
All right, what's up, Flex? Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. What's up, brother Denzel?
Nothing much, man. Been trying to get in contact with you for the past week. I'm not sure if you've touched on or if you've seen the film Magazine Dreams with Jonathan Majors.
No, what's that about?
Okay, basically the film is about uh, Jonathan Majors' character. He's an aspiring bodybuilder, and he competes. I'm not sure if it's amateur or if he's a professional, but nonetheless, he's aspiring to be a bodybuilder, and that's originally what piqued my interest of the film. When I was watching the trailers, it didn't really go into detail. It just showed him like posing and flexing and everything. And I'm into bodybuilding like as a spectator.
Okay.
And FBAs, we low key dominate that sport
Oh yeah.
along with a lot of other sports. But Lee Haney, Ronnie Coleman, Dexter Jackson, nonetheless, I went in thinking that it was going to be a film about bodybuilding, but it wasn't. It was kind of disturbing. It was like a character study, like a breakdown. It reminded me a lot of the film Joker, that came out a couple years back.
Yeah.
Um, the character, Jonathan Major's character, he was dealing with a lot of like mental issues. He was it seemed like he was on the autism spectrum, um, and it kind of reminded me of like my life. Um, he had a lot of issues with um, dealing with people, like as far as like relationships. He wasn't really good with women.
Yeah.
But if you look at him, he was a an athletic freak. It was a trip to just see.
Mm.
And like I said, it reminded me a lot of the Joker. And it was kind of messed up in the film. He actually ended up getting kind of buck broken.
Oh damn.
It was, yeah, but it wasn't like I wouldn't say it was like a humiliation ritual type of buck breaking scene, because you look at the film. I really encourage you to watch it, man. Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, he did a really good breakdown of the film. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Yeah, he's been in one
He's
of my
a
movies. Yeah, Dr. T.S.
Oh
Anderson
yeah,
too. Oh yeah.
okay, yeah. He did a great breakdown. He had a great panel that I watched the other night, and just, yeah, man. I
I'm
really,
gonna
I
look
mean,
into it. I'm
you can,
gonna check that out. It sounds interesting. I'm gonna check that
yeah,
out. But
yeah.
yeah, don't spoil it. But I want to check that out because I like Jonathan. I like Jonathan Major. So, and he got married to the lovely Megan Good. So I always got to pop my collar to that. If you get you a baddie, I pop my collar to that.
You wait, you wait. Yeah, 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 yeah. You wait, you wait. Ooh, yeah, yeah,